everyone. I am Narayan Khaled, Treasurer of ION, Association of Youth Organization Global, here to welcome you to the session of Youth Contribution to SDGs. ION is a national network of youth organizations working on youth policy and youth advocacy. We are with you in this session in collaboration with Nepal Bangladesh Youth Council, South Nepal and Yatra. ION is working on awareness and involvement of youth in SDG from the very beginning. I would like to thank organizers, especially Mr. Abhinav K. Chaudhary for coordinating this program. Firstly, I would like to call the panelists on the name of the session is Youth Steward in SDGs Achievement. I would like to call Mr. Panelist Mr. Mohammad Mamamia, President of NBYC' on the stage. Panelist Mr. Bisam Gawali, Program Coordinator of UNDP. Panelist Mrs. Bhavana Bhatta, Board Member of National Youth Council, Nepal. And finally, I would like to call Mr. Bauram Panta, Director of ION, to moderate this session. Wish you best for this session. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Naranji. And one of very important panelists was Miss, so I'll also like to call Miss Vinita Karki to join the panel. Thank you and welcome everyone again to this very important session on sustainable development goals. Before starting, I'm not assuming that all of you might know about SDGs, so I'd like you to show your hands, how many of you have heard about SDGs before? Okay, so that's almost most of the participants. So another question, follow-up. How many of you have been working on SDGs? I'd like a show of hand again. Raise your hand. Okay, so it comes a little bit down. Another question. How many of you think that you're an expert on SDGs? You know everything about SDGs. Okay, obviously, I don't think there's any person, who knows everything about SDGs because it's very complicated, and a very comprehensive process. So, before starting again, I'd also like to know more about the participants' composition. Show of hands, people from Nepal, participants from Nepal. Okay, thank you very much. And participants from Bangladesh? Okay, thank you. So out of 45, it seems like others have gone for tourism promotion. Very passionate about tourism. Anyway, I think our discussion is going to be very exciting because we are hearing experience from very young, passionate young activists and stakeholders who have been contributing different initiatives in achievement and fulfillment of SDGs. And as far as I know, most of them have also been working internationally to build the connection between grassroots, national and international initiatives on achieving SDGs. So first, my first question, I'll like to start more from personal level about what does SDGs mean to you personally. So I'll ask you to hold on your thoughts about what you have been doing in terms of institutional capacity. So first, just what does SDG mean to you? Why are you working on SDGs and how are you living SDGs in your own life? It can be what you did today to achieve or contribute to SDGs, or within the last week or within the last month. So I'd like to start with Binita. Maybe you can also give a short introduction of yourself, about 2030 Youth Force, and then answer the question.
Thank you, Babanji. Namaste. Again, my name is Vinita and I'm from 2030 Youth Force. Let me introduce 2030 Youth Force first. It is Asia Pacific Youth Network in which 19 youths from 11 different countries are involved. And it is my honor to be one of them. And I have already expanded that network in Nepal also. And in Nepal, we have 20 members in 2030 Youth Force in Nepal. So he raised the question like, what does STG mean to me? Growing up in a very remote area of Nepal, I have witnessed vast gender inequalities, conflict, poverty, and such kind of problems in my society since my childhood. And that is a factor that motivated me to involve in SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals. Why not I can be the one to reduce the poverty? Why not I can be the one to reduce gender inequalities? And why not I can be the one to bring peaceful and inclusive society in my country? So yes, SDG is my life. It is associated with me and I'm totally fully devoted on it, dedicated on it. It is not a campaign or it is not any project for me. SDG is me and I want to achieve it in my life, in any cost, and within 2030. There is time frame as well. So yes, SDG is associated to me as a youth and I'm committed on it.
So now I'd like to come to my right, our very friendly neighbor country, Mr. Mohammad Momun Mia. Did I get the name right? I was practicing it for the last 10 minutes. He is the president of United Nations Youth and Student Association in Bangladesh. So the same question to you as well.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the organizing this whole event. And that's why we are here and talking about the SDG. Like we are the part of the globe, so we have to talk about the SDG. And what I mean about the SDG, it's like we have already a few goals. How we will sustain these goals with our activities. So this is called like SDG. Like previously we have a Millennium Development Goals. So that we will sustain for our future. So in perspective of our country, in about the MDG, we already did a amazing job in our country in terms of the MDG. So we are hopeful to doing better and better in with the SDG. So I think SDG is the it's already she said one of the panelists. SDG is where we live in already and where we wanted to go in our future. This is called SDG and this is the policy that we will implement it within 15 years. So we have to be ready to work with this. And why? Because we are the youth. In already, in opening ceremony, one of the guests he was saying like in Nepal especially, and Bangladesh. In Bangladesh there is a 63% youth population. So and in Nepal it's 43%. So we have to move forward with the huge chunk of population with the SDG. Then we can face the challenge in everything, and we can achieve the goals. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Bisam Gyawali. I'm working at United Nations Development Program as the program officer and I'm handling the youth department and basically my job is to interact with youth, talk about SDGs and help youth and other people to make this world a better place to live in. So coming back to the question raised by Babramji, personally for me, SDG is not just an ordinary goal, it's an integral part of life. It's a lifestyle, for instance, because everything you do, it touches SDG. For instance, I just want to give you an example. When previously when I used to go to the restaurants, I didn't even care about how much food it used to get waste. I didn't even bother to take the excessive food to my home. But nowadays, as I'm working in SDG itself, nowadays what I do is I don't waste any food. Even it's like 2 pieces of momos. I think my Bangladeshi friends also know what momos are. So even if it's like 2 pieces of momos, I just pack it and take it to my home and give it to my mother or any other person who is craving for that. So it's just a way of lifestyle, you know. It's the change that you have to bring in your lifestyle. Another example as well. Many people have like uh, practice of brushing teeth while putting the tap water on. So you're wasting the water, right? So if you want water to be secured and sustainable, why can't you just like off the tap and brush your teeth? So it's like simple mechanism that can bring huge number of change. So I think for me, SDG is a very basic lifestyle practices that we can modify to achieve them by 2030. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think that was a very concrete example of what you can do to achieve SDG. You know, like she was also saying, it doesn't have to be big money funded, you know, big donor funded projects or big campaign to achieve SDG. It can be just not opening your tap water by brushing. Or one of my other friend was saying the other day, you know, just making sure you flush the toilet just the right amount of time, you know, not too much, but making sure that it still remains clean. Just don't forget about that. And now coming on to another panelist, Ms. Bhavana Bhatta. She's representing in some way government as well, because she's in the Youth Council, which is under the Ministry of Youth and Sports in Nepal. And she's also active in civil society sector as well. So I'd like to ask you the same question. What does SDG mean to you? And what are you doing at your personal level to contribute to it?
Thank you so much, Bhavanaji, for the question. And it is my pleasure to be here. Dear all Bangladeshi delegates and Nepali delegates, very welcome. I hope this 3-day session will be very much fruitful for you. Regarding the question that my name is Bhavana Bhatta, I have been involving in